Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend, Mr. Stephen Dow. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing well. So something we brought to the channel, I think 3 weeks ago, folks, if you haven't heard about it, you want to see the details, go to Stephen's playlist. I think it's called non-Q or NQM Stephen Dow. I think that's the name. But we're going to talk about the 50, 40, 10, except we're going to go through real numbers. We're going to talk about the components, the variables, because both you and I have gotten a lot of questions, which means interest, but it also means we probably failed to give kind of all the details. So let's go through this together. You ready?
I am, but before we start,
yes,
I work very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital. All the ideas and topics discussed on this channel are that of my own. So let's get it going. And by the way, I didn't know if you noticed, just trying to follow the theme.
Represent.
I was gonna play a joke on you. As far as this morning, I was gonna get all suit and tied up with a purple tie, just like the lumberjack landlord. But I was like, it's Casual Fridays. Usually, we don't really get all dolled up. But yeah.
You guys are awesome. I love how my experts just have fun with this channel. Love helping people, but also love having fun. So thank you for doing that. Love the shirt. So let's set up the 50, 40, 10. Again, it's two mortgages, a 50% first in this instance with Velocity, 40% with the seller, and 10% down. So again, we are talking about, I want people to hear this. We're heading into a market where people expect everything to be about price.
Right.
And I have to tell you, as an experienced investor, it's very rarely price. Terms are far more important to me to discuss. And the 50, 40, 10 is amazing if you understand it. But let's set up an example. You're going to buy a $400,000 investment. Let's assume it's a fourplex, right? 100K a door.
Right.
In this instance, a 50, 40, 10 would mean a 200K first, a 40K second, and a 10% down payment, which is amazing. So again, the reason we do 50, 40, 10 versus 60, 30, 10 or other equations is because at 50%, Stephen, it gives the buyer or the buyer the best rate with Velocity. Is that correct?
Correct. 100%. Ideally, 50, 40, 10 would give them the lowest rates as far as our programs are concerned. Correct.
Yeah, of course. Right. Lenders base rate. One of the variables in a rate is how secure is the loan, and a 50% loan is the safest thing you can get, hence the lowest rate. So as of today, as of this recording, May 27th, I have no idea when you're watching this. The rate we're going to use is 6.24 or 6.25.
Correct.
All right.
6.24.
All right. So 6.24, again, as of May 27th, it could absolutely change. The best rate is 6.25. So at $200,000, what is the fully burdened amortized payment at 6.25?
You're looking at $1,230 and 13 cents.
$1,230 and 13 cents. So again, folks, what we do here is 30-year money, 30-year fix, no arms, fully amortized. No surprise balloon. This could have been, instead of a fourplex, this could have been an eightplex, 50K a door. These are all just examples. Now the seller second. So first and foremost, the second, in this case, 160 grand, that is up to you to negotiate with the seller. I have done several of these, so I'll talk in broad brushes, but it's really how creative you want to be. And it is really a discussion. In fact, seller financing is a bonus section in my course, and it's been there for over a year. It just happens to be more valuable today than last year because the only way you bought before was cash. Now a recession means terms. We're going to assume it's a 10-year note. What does that mean? Well, that means there's a balloon payment, because usually on seconds or sellers, I just do interest only. I don't do fully amortized or whatever. I personally shoot for 10 years. I will accept 5 years. As we're heading into this environment with particularly higher rates, I would definitely push for 10 years. Right. So again, what I'm going to assume in this case, and why the 50, 40, 10 is amazing is if you do this right, you could get the interest rate on the second below the first. That's how this works. Just because the first in this example is 6.24, it doesn't mean the second has to be at 8 or has to be at 10. I have done seconds at 1%, 3%, 5%. It's just what you can negotiate. So in this example, I'm going to do 3% and I'm going to do interest only. It will be a 10-year balloon. So 160 grand, 3%, $400. Am I doing that right? Yeah, $400.
Yeah, correct on the second.
Yeah. So again, what you now have on a fourplex is a blended rate in the fours, right? Because you have 50% at 6.25, you have 40% at 3. So the blended rate, right? The fully debt, right? The 90% of your debt interest rate is in the high fours, which is amazing today. You can't get that anywhere else. And you are only putting down 40%, which is 40, or I'm sorry, you're only putting down 10%, which is 40 grand.
Which is 40,000. Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. It's just
numbers don't lie when you when you can understand the concept and you can execute it correctly with, the right conversation, it's a win-win for everybody because, I mean, yeah, just go to the course. I think there's a lot of valuable information there as far as knowing what to say, as far as to the seller.
Talk about taxes, talk about maintaining income. There's so many things. And again, I had a CPA, Bob Langworthy, talk about it. I've had other experts talk about it. So it's all in there. But I want to talk about the 40% because that's the 40% second, because I get a lot of questions from folks. First and foremost, every seller, every property is not a target for this. In order for this property to really be even in the realm of possibilities, the owner has to have at least 50% equity.
Right.
So that's why when people see what I'm doing with PropStream and all these other things in my team in Fresno, we're shooting for people with 60% equity or more. Right. I want to cut out the people who bought in the last couple of years because they don't have the equity. They're not a game for this. I want the sellers that have more equity. And oh, by the way, I want sellers that remember the last crash because that's kind of my marketing shtick. Right. Remember when prices fell so fast? Sell at the peak, sell at the peak, sell to me.
Right.
So again, I'm
fear
using,
or greed.
Yeah, right. Which one are we gonna push? Push. Fear, claps. I'm gonna jump on that red button as much as I can. And then the other thing to talk about is it absolutely, at least most of the time, is going to be a balloon payment. Right. It would be nice to get a matching 30-year, which is possible. Absolutely possible. It's just not, but in the case, it's not likely.
Not probable. Correct. Because again, like you said, motivated sellers just want to get out a little bit later in their in their life.
Just older, right? They've owned it a while.
Probably be around for 30 years. I'm not going to jinx it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, the likelihood of
Yeah.
The likelihood. So again, a lot of tax advantages for the sellers, maintain income, less headaches. Buyers, again, with the 50-40-10, as I told Dion many times, you could pay less price. Your still cash flow goes up. Lumberjack and I did some math, right? His yield, what I talk about, went from 21 to 52. It's just, again, not every property, but again, I only need to do 2 or 3 deals this year. I'm going to fish for all the 50-40-10s I can. We'll see what happens. So any other questions that we've gotten on this that we may have missed? We've now talked about real numbers. We've talked about seconds, balloons. I guess what happens let's talk about what happens at the end of 10 years.
Okay.
So assuming you had a 10-year balloon, same as if it was 5 years. At the end of 10 years,
yes,
you could sell.
100%.
You could sell
even in 5 years.
You could sell it. Right. No. So again, you could sell, right? Because we're talking about how do you pay off the seller. So you could sell the property. Right. 2, you're in a great position likely because you had inflation, you've had mortgage pay down, you could refi.
Right.
Other one is you could sell other assets and pay off the seller in the end, or as I've done a couple of times, you could extend the second.
Right.
I had one property that we bought in 2005 before the crash. The reset was 2010, worst time ever for property values. I went back to the seller and said, "Hey, I can't get out of this. I don't got the money. I can't sell the property. It's undervalued. Give me another 5 years." And they're like, "Yeah, no problem. We understand. We don't want the property back. That's your problem." So again, if it's at the wrong time, you can always extend. So again, that's why I want 10 years. Today I want 10 years. That 5-year experience was scary.
Well, along with that 10-year kind of mindset or strategy that you're referring to, I think it goes well with our 30-year fixed loan as well, because you can't add an interest-only option to the first 10 years of my 30-year fixed loan. Yeah. So now you could have actually interest-only on both the first and the second. And then you can kind of, again, depending upon your situation that month, the cash flow needed and or payment relief needed, what have you, you can fall back on the interest-only payment when you need to. Yeah. Or go, fully amortize. Yeah.
And then again, if you have a 10-year balloon, you just marry them up. Yeah, it makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Right. So
we're actually going to talk about that in episode 2, because I had a friend who was really looking for an arm, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Stop that. You're my friend. Don't you listen to me? We'll talk
you
about that in
referring
episode 2.
to?
Yeah, Cody.
Oh yes, no, we spoke actually, and
Yeah.
I presented the information already. So thank you for the
Yeah, of course.
introduction.
You helped
Yeah.
me, so I know you'll help my friends. But before we do that, if somebody wanted more details on 50, 40, 10, I know lots of students are fishing. I'm fishing. How do you want
Yep.
them to reach out?
Again, just email me sdao@velocitymortgage.com. In the subject line, just the acronym ORAAT stands for one rental at a time. Body of the email, just a brief description, kind of what you're looking for as far as financing, the property type, location would be great, address would be even better, your mid FICO score, best number to reach you, and typically 24, 48 hours, I'll be in touch. Other than that, looking forward to having some meaningful conversations.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you for all you do. People just love speaking with you. Your
Oh, man.
your energy comes through the phone, they tell me. So thank you.
No, likewise, man. I appreciate the opportunity to be of service.
Got it.